Hi, guys, and welcome back to Midday Matcha with Livy. Clearly, I am fucking Livy. You guys, we're back. It's absolutely a little bit insane. We're in studio, obviously, so a lot's changed. I definitely need to catch you guys up with so much stuff that's happened because a lot's changed. If you're watching the YouTube version, which you can, the full episode's going to be on my YouTube channel at She Is Livy. Everything is at She Is Livy, but we are in person in studio, which is a little bit insane. Okay, my life's kind of just changed overnight. We'll get into it, but yeah, we're in studio. I haven't talked to you guys since December 2nd. I know it's been a while. Such a cunty move on my end, but is what it is. I've just been busy. You know what? We're going to get into it. We're about to hit 1 million on TikTok, which is really absolutely insane. I don't have words for that, and I'm not processing that currently. I still feel like I'm at 100,000. It's just absolutely insane. So much has changed. We're going to hit 1 million. We're in studio now. I have a full management team, which is so weird. Social media, full-time job. You guys are literally watching my full-time job right now. If I sound nervous at all, it's because I am. I am really fucking nervous because I'm in a studio, not used to this, but whatever. It's okay. But this week's episode, I really wanted to be okay, let's do a life update. I owe you guys that. Let's talk about my love life. Let's talk about my love life. Let's talk about my work life. Let's talk about everything because so much has fucking changed. And I just want to get you guys updated, caught up with what's happening, what's new. So first things first, I know why you guys are here. Everyone wants to hear about my love life. And honestly, it's absolutely, I've just had a time with my love life since taking a break from Midday Matcha. Okay, so I was going through something. Obviously, I'm always going through something, but I decided I was let me be in my horror era. I was I'm just going to be a hoe. That's just the vibe that I'm going for because I was just tired of being love bombed by these random ass motherfuckers who just come into my life, love bomb the shit out of me. And I'm exhausted. I want nothing to do this anymore. I'm going to be a whore. I've never been one. So this will be the first time that I'm going to do this. We're going to start off strong. And my friends were Livy, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is not your vibe. What are you doing? And I was you guys, we need to try something different because what I'm doing currently isn't really working, okay? The men that I'm attracting currently, they're horrible, okay? You guys watch my TikToks, you know, whatever. The one I'm talking about specifically is Matcha Man, if you watch my TikToks. The one that I did the really weird date with and we had the intermission and we got matcha and then we did an intermission. He wanted to change and then we went to dinner. It was fucking weird, whatever. But that prompted me to go into my horror era. And when I'm set on something, you guys already know that I'm set on it. So I'm you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to my horror era. I go to my Instagram DMs and I'm looking through my Instagram whores of which one I want to talk to. And there's this one, he's really cute. We're going to call him Monday Man because that's just what I've been calling him with my friends and stuff. But Monday Man, he was in my DMs, in and out. And I was okay, whatever. This is the man that I'm going to do my horror era with because I know that I won't catch feelings for him because he seems pretty boring. There's just nothing, when you're in your horror era or me specifically, I don't want to catch feelings. I just want to live life, have fun. Fuck you guys. I don't care about you or your feelings. We're not in depth. We're not in deep here. I'm just being a whore. Okay, that's what I wanted. So Monday Man, he's DMing me let me come over, let me bring you a bottle of wine. And I'm yeah, And if you know me, there's something really wrong with that statement. Number one, I don't fucking drink. I really don't like drinking whatsoever, especially not a Monday at 5 p.m. Why the fuck am I so whatever. We're already started off to a really weird start. This is just not me whatsoever, but I'm dedicated to this horror era. We gotta see it through. And that's just that. So I'm dedicated to that. And he's let me bring you a bottle of wine. I don't drink, whatever. I'm yes. I'm God, I love a good Pinot Grigio. Bring it on over, whatever. And then I also don't let men into my apartment. If you've listened to the podcast for a while, you probably remember when my therapist was you need to make the boundary of not letting men into your apartment because of the assault, whatever. So when I lived in Chicago, I'd bring these guys over and they think we were going into my apartment, but we would fully be going to the movie room or the rooftop or the pool or anything besides my fucking apartment. I was that is perfect because I just couldn't have them in my room. I don't know. My therapist was it's about your energy. It's about your space. Like, we don't want them in there. And also, you never know who's really gonna assault you. Like, that was like the big thing was like, you never know who's gonna be the one to do the damn thing for you. So I was really protective of my energy and my space for a really long time. Like, in Chicago, nobody came into my apartment because I was terrified of these men. They're fucking scary. And then moving to New York, I wanna say I didn't let that many men into my apartment, but I'd be fucking lying if I said that, because literally my ex-boyfriend was like in my apartment, second date, whatever. I try and not let these men in my apartment. So we're already off to a really weird start for my horror era because, one, he's bringing me wine on a fucking Monday. Two, he's coming to my apartment. I have never once done something where it's like, we're meeting for the first time and you're coming to my apartment, because I live in a New York City apartment where all I have is a fucking bed. Like, we don't have a couch in my apartment. Do you think I'm rich? Like, literally, no. I don't have a couch in my apartment. So we really can only hang out on the bed. But I'm like, you know what? That's fine, because I'm gonna fuck. Like, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Like, that's what I wanted my fun era to be. So when I say fun era, that's what I mean. I was gonna slut this man out. And it's really something to be saying these absolutely insane things and also be in a studio. Like, really lovely, Livy. Really lovely of you. Anyways, so I'm hyped the night before. I'm like, I'm going to do this. My friends are like, Livy, why? And I'm like, fuck off. Like, I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to be a new era. Like, I'm tired of being, taken advantage of by these, not even taken advantage of, just like, I'm tired of like dumb fucking men is what I would say. Like, I'm just tired of dumb men. So I'm like, I'm going to slut these men out. Like, that's my plan. So my friends are like, Livy, like, it's not a good idea. You're going to regret this 100%. I'm like, you're all jealous. It's weird. It's weird that you're so fucking jealous. No, but I'm just like, whatever, you guys, like, you don't know me. No, but they do. They're like, Livy, are you mentally ill? I'm like, obviously I'm mentally ill. Okay. So I let these men, oh my God, ew. I let Monday man come over, but I'm like, okay, rewind. Okay. The night before, I'm like, this is going to be amazing. It is what it is. But then it comes to be Monday morning, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I don't want this man in my apartment. I don't want to drink wine with this random motherfucker. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, this is not what I want whatsoever. And I'm like, I'm backing out of my horror era. But then it's like, I have the devil and the angel on my shoulder. Like, the devil's like, no, Livy, like, fuck him, use him, like, do that thing. And then the angel's like, Livy, this is like not you. This is not your vibe. And I'm like, oh my God, like, who do I listen to? Like, the angel's like, you don't even like wine. The devil's like, but you can on a Monday, bitch. And it's like, okay, what the fuck is happening? So I text him, I got my period. Like, it's so funny. I got my period. So if you're expecting me to fuck you, don't come over. And he's like, what the hell? And I was like, oh, like, for some reason, I thought he knew that I was just trying to slut him out. Like, I thought he knew that he was a part of my fun era, and he didn't. He was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, well, I got my period. So, like, come if you want, or like, don't come. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just being a fucking bitch. And he's like, okay, do you still want to hang out? And I'm like, yeah, but just so you know, I'm on my period. And he's like, okay. Anyways, it was a question, yes or no, do you want to hang out? And I'm like, yeah, whatever, because the devil on the shoulder won, and she's like, Livy, bitch, you're in your fun era. You're gonna have fun tonight. So whatever. Monday man comes over. Immediately, I'm like, he's a little bit more gorgeous than I thought he would be. He actually was. So anyways, I'm like, whatever. We get into this deep talk. He was like super, super deep, and it was just really something. I think he was so deep that I was confused what the fuck he was talking about the whole time. Like, that's the kind of deep that he was. He would like say something like, yeah, like that makes so much sense. But in my head, I'm like, I'm going to slut you out in 25 minutes. But I also knew I didn't want to have sex, because I was just like, no. That's why I told him I got my period, because like I was like, oh wait, I actually don't want to fuck this random man who's been living in my DMs for a year. I actually don't want to do that. So I'm sticking to the period bit, because I really thought I was going to get it. But turns out my app was wrong, and I like wasn't even getting it. I wasn't even close to getting it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. That man didn't need to know if I was on my period or not. It's not his fucking business. Anyways, in my head, I'm on my period because I don't want to have sex with this random man, even though I did text him a lot saying I would fuck him. I don't know, whatever. I'm mentally unstable, obviously, if I want to have a fucking fun era. That was the first sign of me being mentally unstable a little bit. So is what it is. And then, okay, he comes over. He's way too fucking deep, but I'm vibing with it, okay? Because if there's one thing about me, I love a deep motherfucker. I love a man who's like so poetic and spiritual and smart, but I don't even think he's smart. I honestly think he's a little bit stupid, but he was just talking about really big topics that I was like, oh my God, that's like amazing. Like climate change. I'm like, holy fuck, he's a genius. You know what I mean? Just things that I normally would never even think about or like speak about in general. So that was that. That was that with him. And I'm like, I'm feeling it. It's a vibe. And we kiss. And I'm like, okay, cute. We kiss. Then we just start like going at it. And I'm like, I'm not fucking this man. Like, absolutely not. Because there's one thing about me is like, I have insane self-control. Because God forbid I add another body to my body count. Like, I just don't like to fuck random people. It gives me a lot of anxiety because I have attachment problems. Okay. We'll get into that later. I don't even want to talk about it right now. So all is well. Let's just sum up the night by saying he like did suck on a titty. Okay, the fact that I'm in studio saying this is like a lot for me, but we didn't sleep together. We didn't do anything else, but we had a great connection and I really did like him. I was like, he's such a vibe. And then the next day, we're texting. I immediately sense his energies off. And you guys know I'm a spiritual ass bitch. Like, you guys know I'm a little bit fucking psychic. And for some reason, like that night, something was telling me, like, oh, he has a girl or a girlfriend. Like, there's something there. Like, I don't know. I was like, there's some unresolved problem that I know he has in his life. And like, I don't want to be a part of that. Like, I don't know what the fuck my spidey senses were telling me, but I was like, I think he has like a girl or something. I don't know. I was just feeling that. And then his energy was off the next day. So me being the emotionally unavailable cunt that I was in that time period, and emphasis on was because I'm a changed woman and we're going to talk about it in a moment. But I was like, fuck that, I'm matching his energy. But here's the thing is like, I'm either 0 or 100, and I took this to like 100. Like, I became a fuck girl because I was like, if I sense your energy's off and you just had my tit in your mouth the night before, we're going to have a little bit of a fucking problem. So I just become this fuck girl. I'm texting him on Mondays, like, what are you doing tonight? It's like 6 p.m. on a Monday. He answers. I don't respond till like Wednesday morning. And I'm like, that's amazing. Like, I'm being a fucking fuck girl. Like, that is exactly what I'm being. And I'm like, whatever, I don't care, because I didn't like his energy and I was just being extremely immature. Like, let me just say that. Like, I definitely was just being extremely immature. But I don't know. I just sensed his energy was off. I'm a little bit of a fucking psychic. And I was like, he's just, something's off here. Whatever. One night I text him and I'm like, what are you doing tonight? And I'm like, what are you doing tonight? And he answers and I leave him on red. Because I was like, come over. And then he was like, oh, I have to do this, this, and this. And I just leave him on red, right? He calls me out. He's like, I don't like your attitude recently. I don't like what the fuck you've been doing. Like, he's basically like, you're being a fuck girl. It's not cool whatsoever. And then I'm like, oh, damn, like, he's really not happy with these actions, which like nobody would be. But I don't know, like, there were little things that happened that I really didn't like. And I don't want to talk about them because I just don't want to talk about them. But it wasn't just his energy being off. I felt like I was being used. Okay, so I'm talking about them. I felt like I was being used. And there was like a lot of things that I was being used for. I don't like talking about it. So whatever, we're not going to fucking talk about it. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I was getting like a bad vibe and I didn't like it. And my friends were like, Livy, come on, get it together. Like, do fucking better. But I really did like him is the issue. So he calls me out my name. He's like, you're doing this, this, and this. Like, this isn't cool. I fully apologize. I don't know the last time I've apologized to a man. I'm going to be fucking honest with you. I'm really never that sorry. So the fact that I apologized, I was like, okay, like, you know what? He actually had a point. Like, I was being a fuck girl. I knew what I was doing. In the moment, I thought it was fine. But looking back, like, I was a fuck girl to him. It is what it is. He comes over that night. And this man deep dives on my life like no fucking other. He's like, do you feel like you have a problem getting close to people because of all the dead people in your life? I said, the dead people in my life? No, if anything, I feel like I hold on to people so closely because of the dead people in my life. He's like deep diving in on me, like giving me a spiritual awakening I didn't fucking ask for. He's like, it takes a while for you to get intimate with somebody. Like, you're just so guarded. You just have so many trust issues. Newsflash, motherfucker. When you get brutally cheated on and like disrespected by men, you become a little bit of what I would call a cold fucking bitch, obviously, because you're just like, I don't know, I'm going to guard my emotions. I'm going to guard myself because in the past when I let someone else in, it didn't go so well. So obviously I'm going to be a little fucking guarded idiot. So he's like, you're just so guarded and like all these things. And like just what kept like going in on my life. He's like, you have preconceived notions of me, all these things. And I was like, I couldn't even get a word in with him. Like, he was just jumping down my throat, telling me every single thing that was wrong with me. And a lot of it wasn't even wrong. Is the thing, like, he wasn't that wrong. So I'm like, smiling, laughing, because I don't know what the fuck to do about this. Like, this is just really awkward. And like, he didn't have let me tell you one thing. He didn't have the fucking right to tell me that. But you know what? I'm not mad that he did. And we'll get into why I'm not mad why he did. But he didn't have the right to be like, oh, like you have issues with like intimacy issues, like getting close to people. You have issues with all these things. Like, my therapist probably could have fucking told me that. You know what I mean? I didn't need some random man that came to my apartment on a Monday with a $20 bottle of wine letting me know what the fuck was wrong with me. Okay. I could have lived without it, you know? But that's what you get when you want to be a little bit of a whore, Livy. That's what you get. So is what it is. And he just like went in on me to the point after this, and then he leaves, and then he just fucking disappears into abyss, whatever. I don't even know what abyss means, but he disappears. I was so shook after this. I had a press conference with my friends. If you're like, Livy, what the fuck is a press conference? I got all of my best friends on the phone and I said, this is exactly what happened. This is exactly what he said. Like, deep dove on every single part of my life. And my friends were like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah. What was that? Like, what was that? I don't feel like I needed that. They're like, no, you definitely didn't. And I'm like, my best friends are like definitely yes people for me. But at the same time, like, I did talk about it in therapy, and my therapist was like, what the fuck was his problem? I'm like, I don't know. It was really weird in general. So that happened. And we don't speak anymore, obviously. But the reason I said that I'm really glad that that happened was because now we flash forward to my current dating life. That happened like a month and a half ago, maybe like even 2 months ago. My current dating life, I'm so beyond aware of my emotions and I'm so beyond aware of my actions. So like, for example, okay, I didn't want to talk about this either, but there's something about it that I definitely have someone in my life that I'm interested in. Let's just put it like that. It's nothing serious, but there's definitely someone that I'm interested in and I'm intrigued by, they interest me, is what it is. I notice when I try and do toxic tendencies to this person and I stop myself. So I'm grateful for Monday Man letting me know what the fuck was up and like saying that I was toxic and kind of like being like a little bit of a fucking asshole. I'm grateful for that because this person in my life now that I actually do enjoy and I do really am interested in, you will not hear me say the words that I thought I was just about to say anyways, that I am interested in. I now am aware of my actions and I'm not being a toxic fuck girl anymore. I'm not doing those things. If anything, I think I'm the most open and vulnerable I've been with someone since my ex, loser fucking ex, him. I am, and like, I'm taking things slow. I'm taking things day by fucking day. But I saw a TikTok that was like, the last person in your life prepared you for the person that is coming in your life or is in your life right now. And I can't agree with that more because if I hadn't realized those toxic tendencies I was doing just because I felt someone's energy off, I wouldn't have been the best version of myself that I feel like I'm currently being with the guy that I'm now interested in. So I notice when I do little toxic things and I point it out and I talk to my friends and we talk through it or I journal it or I'll talk to my therapist about it of like why I'm feeling those toxic ways. And so I feel like this is like the least toxic I've ever been in something. And honestly, I just like know he's a good guy too. Like, every guy, before I like talk to them, I have like a little, because you know I'm a psychic ass bitch. I have like a little intuition thing where I'm like, I can sense if something's like wrong. Like Monday Man, before he even came over, I was like, I feel like he's using me in some sort of way. Like I just knew it. And then like his text after being like, let's collab, really fucking showed me that anyways. And then even my ex-boyfriend, I was like, I just feel like he's living a secret life. And he was. He did have a full other girlfriend. So like that is that. So with this guy, I don't really feel anything. I think I feel like the calmest I've ever been. And I'm like the most, he's just a nice guy. He's just a good guy. And I said I wouldn't talk about his ass on the podcast because I really don't want to talk about my current dating life. But I think that's mostly like for TikTok because I don't know, that's a lot of opinions. I feel like the podcast is like a safe space where we can talk about those things. So yes, there is someone in my life that I'm interested in. And I'm happy the Monday Man thing happened. And he like gave me a weird, what? Anyways, he gave me a weird spiritual awakening that nobody fucking asked for. And I'm happy that happened so I can be the best version of myself for the man that for me, bitch. 2, the man that I am interested in. Or 3, the men that are coming into my life that deserve better than the fuck girl energy I was putting out into the world. I'm not putting that energy out anymore. I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to, I think I'm at the point of my life. Why am I going to cry? Why do I feel tears? I'm just at the point of my life where I'm like so happy with career, friends, family, everything. I'm literally getting teary-eyed. It's crazy. Where like my life does feel like a dream and like I got it on my own. I got it by myself. I do that. I'm successful. I'm independent. I'm that bitch. And I'm at the point where I would be open to bringing somebody into my life again because I'm secure. I'm stable. I have an amazing career. I have amazing friends. I have an amazing life. But that person that I'm bringing into my life, Monet said this. Guys, I fucking love Monet, by the way, but Monet said this. She's like, they have to be an addition, not a subtraction, not division or whatever. I'm not good at math. I've never been good at math. But yeah, like I'm not bringing someone into my life unless they're an addition. And that's just where I'm at currently is like feeling things out, seeing that. But I feel like I'm at the first point in my life where I personally feel mentally healthy enough and I'm not holding on to past situations anymore that I could bring someone else in. And I have a wonderful life to share with someone if I really want to. You know what I mean? Got it on my own. Did not. But let's get into like my work life and stuff like that because so much has changed. That was like a long ramble about whack-ass motherfuckers, but whatever. So you guys might know that... Wait, what? Anyways, TikTok, okay, I'm an influencer, whatever. That it feels so, I don't like being like, I'm an influencer. Just so you guys know, I'm a fucking influencer. No, I don't like the word of like, I'm an influencer, but it is my job now. I always just say I do TikTok and Instagram and this podcasting full time. Like that's what I do full time. It's insane. Guys, I did 17 management meetings. So I started getting approached by management when I was around 200,000 followers on TikTok, which everything's been happening so quickly. I've been gaining 100,000 a week. It's been absolutely insane. Like I'm literally living my dream life. Thank you guys so much because I would not be doing this without you guys. But if you're like, Livy, why the fuck haven't you uploaded a podcast episode? For literally a month, I would have like 2 to 3 manager meetings a day of just like all your favorite fucking influencers, managers being like, this is all the amazing things I can do for you. This is what we could do here. And like, I'm new to this world. Nobody I know is in this world. Okay, wait, you know who's actually amazing that I do want to like point out? Jenna Palick on TikTok. Fun on weekdays. Jenna teach me how to have fun on weekdays. But anyways, Jenna has been the one influencer I've been able to go to with any of this. She was like, any questions, like, let me know. Jenna, I've been like blowing up her DMs on TikTok, but she always answers. She's such a fucking nice person. She's helped me with it a lot. Like she's helped me with management because like I had a sketchy fucking management meeting and like almost signed with this manager, almost signed my life away, almost signed the rights to my podcast, my TikTok, my Instagram, absolutely everything away to this manager. Thank God for my little lawyer. And I say my little lawyer because she's not done with law school yet, but in my eyes, she is my lawyer. Anyways, love you. And she was like, no, you can't be doing that, whatever. I literally almost signed my life away. And then I was just so lost with like the management thing. I was like, what the fuck? So I was in management meetings like 2 times a day with 2 brand new managers each time, agency meetings. I've done all of it. So fucking many. I was exhausted. And here's the thing. I thought I had my team set. I was like, this is the team I want. This is perfect. We're going to do this. And then I was having to meet with CEOs of companies. I was like, you guys really like me like that? No, but I was having to meet with these CEOs and they're like telling me like, don't sign with this agency, sign with this agency. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm really stressed. Like I really didn't know what to do. And then my two lovely managers that I have now came in and saved the fucking day. But like I was literally, I think I've reviewed like 5 contracts that I was about to sign with management, and it was the most stressful time of my life, but exciting because I've always wanted a management. So if you don't know what management does, they get me my brand deals, they get me fucking paid. No, and I get them paid, but they also get me opportunities like this. Like I wouldn't have a studio if it wasn't for my management. Like things like that. They know my long-term goals and we work on them together. So that's what my management does. But everyone wants to sign you because they'll make money off of you because they get 20% of whatever you make. So yeah, that's like that. But my angels of management that I am working with currently came in, saved the day. I can't even tell you how much I was like stressed, crying, sick to my stomach over these fucking management meetings because it's just like, who do I sign to? What do I do? And of course, like the spiritual ass bitch that I am, I was like, let me go off of intuition. Like, let me go off what does my soul feel is right for me? What is my soul feeling? So that's a really weird way to go off of things, but whatever, that's what I was doing. And that's how I found my current management that I do love a lot. Like I really do love them. We're doing like a trial period right now, but I'm gonna sign with them. Like I know I'm gonna sign with them. And they just like came in and like saved the day, and they manage like some of my favorite influencers. So I was like, and they've just been lovely. Like they've just been so good, and they understand like my bigger goal. Cause like I love being a little TikToker, but I do want to do bigger things than that, obviously. Like, I want to get the fuck off the app. No, I just want to do bigger things than that, and they've been helping me with everything. They're amazing. They don't realize how codependent I am going to be on them, but yeah. That's like my little manager update and like my job update. So TikTok is my full-time job, and like this is my full-time, which is so wild. And it'll never feel real to me. I'm always like, oh my God, what am I going to do for work? And I'm like, bitch, you're doing it. But it is crazy, and I'm grateful. So thank you. Because none of this would be possible without any of you guys. And I literally don't have words for where I'm at this point of my life. But thank you guys, because I don't even know. Okay, there was one more topic I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah. And so that's like the big life update. Also, I do plan on hiring my sister. My sister's moving to New York in March. Next fucking month. Holy shit. Yeah. Next month she is moving to New York, and I do plan on hiring her and bringing her on my team. Also, guys, I need a fucking accountant. Like, don't get me, and a financial advisor. Don't get me started on like the literal fights that I've had with this accountant man. Like, he just pisses me the fuck off. But I'm gonna pay my I was always gonna pay my taxes. I'm always gonna pay my taxes. But this accountant's just like up my ass, and I'm like, fucking relax. Like, what do you want from me? He wants me to pay my taxes. No, I'm gonna pay him. But he's also like doubles as my financial advisor. I don't do well with people telling me what I want to do, like what to do with my money regardless. So like, I don't know why. I don't know. If he tells me not to spend money on something, I just want to spend money on it 20 times more. I'm like, fuck you, watch this, Zachary. Anyways, so I have a full team. What a weird little statement. I have a little team. I have a team. But yeah, I want to really bring my sister on my team as well, because I love that bitch and I want to employ her and I want to make her a happy bitch. But yeah, and I know that like one day I want her to be my business manager. Don't ask me what that means, because I really don't fucking know. But I think that just means she'd oversee all the businesses that happen. And so I want her on my team, but she has to start somewhere of a salary that I can pay her. And a business manager, that's like a really big salary that I cannot pay her yet. So that is just that. So I'm excited for her to come and move out. I'm excited to be back doing weekly episodes. Yeah, bitches, I'm back. Okay, that if there's one thing that's happened, I'm fucking back. And I don't plan on leaving anytime soon. I really do love recording in a studio. There's something really cute, fun, fresh, and flirty about this. And hopefully just everything works out well and like the videos look good, or else whatever. That's personal. And yeah, you guys, were about to hit 1 million on TikTok, which is weird. It's insane. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, that's just crazy. So I feel like that's the biggest life updates is I'm no longer a fuck girl. I'm not a whore in my whore era anymore. And my whore era didn't go well. If anything, it gave me emotional turmoil and like wasn't fucking fun. So, not doing that anymore. And I'm the most healthiest version of myself relationship wise. And no, like mental my OCD has been pretty fucking bad. Like, let me tell you, I've been touching a lot of trees recently, so it's not the best. And I have been like a little bit anxious. I think once a million passes, I won't be as anxious. Why am I anxious for a million? I don't fucking know. But I do have a huge party coming up for a million. All my friends are flying in. I'm excited. Oh, I'm also doing YouTube, kind of. I'm like filming a week in my life right now, so I want to keep you guys updated with all of that. But yeah, I feel like those are like the biggest changes. And now I have a team, my management team. Hi, guys, if you're listening. We'll really see if they listen, if they're like, oh my God, hi, Livy. Anyways, yeah. And like, this is just the start, which is wild to me to think because so much has changed. But this is just the start to an amazing journey that we're going to take together. And I'll see you bitches next week. And every Friday after that, motherfuckers, because I'm back. And I'm not leaving ever again. Well, that I know of. Anyways, but yeah, that's where I've been. Whoring it up. Getting those deals done, signing with management, and telling my accountant to fuck off. If you've been wondering why hasn't she been posting, I'm a little busy being a whore and fucking, oh my God, I was about to say fucking my accountant, telling my accountant to fuck off. Anyways, okay. All right, you guys, that's like it. Like, that's like the episode. Ew. Okay, make sure to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at She Is Livy. You guys can watch the entire, what is this? My podcast. Yeah. Good, Livy, good. You can watch the entire podcast on YouTube. So go watch it there. Leave a lot of love. And if you're watching on YouTube, hi. So that is that, you guys. We are done. I love you guys so much. Thank you for literally everything. This has been an amazing, I don't know. Life has just been so amazing recently, and it wouldn't have been that way if it wasn't for you guys. So I am forever and beyond grateful. Thank you. All right, that's it, you guys. I will see you next week. Ew. Hopefully that was like a good episode, you know? Hopefully that. I talked a lot of shit. Whatever. Okay. Well, like I'm done. So I'm going to start recording TikToks of myself. Obviously. Okay. This is so funny. I'm like still kind of recording and no, because my editor's going to get this video and be like, what? How do I like tell the man I'm done? Cute. I'm so cute and iconic. Okay. I'm like, is there anything else I want to tell you guys? Like, not really. This is like weird. We can stop it. All right.